Okay, today we are going to be talking about our draft. So you need to have your graphic organizer completed before you can make your draft. And you need to be looking at your graphic organizer while you're making your draft because your graphic organizer and your draft need to mimic each other in a way. So the events you put in your graphic organizer, they need to show up in your story. So there are 3 things that I want you to really pay attention to when you are writing your story. I want you to make sure all the important events get in here. These 3 things that you wrote about in these boxes, those are clearly very important events because they stuck out in your mind. They need to be in your story. You need to be using transition words. On our Google Slides that I have for today, I'm talking about using words like so, first, last, as a result, this caused, next. And we also need details. I don't want your story to be, I made a cake. I forgot to put sugar in it. When I tasted it, it tasted bad. Next time, I'm going to look at the ingredient list. There's no details there. That's a really boring story. So you need to ensure that you include details. I'm going to read my story out loud to you, and I'm going to point out some things along the way that I purposely included to make sure that I'm putting important events, transition words, and details in. So I'm going to go ahead and start. One summer day, I decided I wanted to make a cake. Since it was a summer day, I thought a nice lemon cake would be great. That's a detail that's important. That really gives the reader a point of view that it's summer and that I was thinking about the cake that I wanted to make. I went through my recipe books and found a lemon cake with a whipped cream frosting. Just thinking about the sweet lemon cake made my mouth water. First, that's a transition word, I got out all the ingredients I needed. Then, transition word, I made a list of what I didn't have and went to the store to get those supplies. The store was really crowded, so I had to wait a while in the checkout line. As soon as I got home, I got started on making the lemony batter. The sour smell of the lemons was so powerful. I put that detail in there. It's a sensory detail. Now you can smell the smell of a lemon, and maybe you can even taste it a little bit on your tongue. When it was all done, I poured it into some cake pans and put it in the oven. When I took it out, I started on the whipped cream frosting. It was so sweet and fresh. That detail in there, if you've ever had homemade whipped cream, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you need to have some. Next, I frosted the layers of my cake. It was finished. I was so excited I called my friend over to eat some. We sliced it up and went in for a bite. I was so excited for a sweet, creamy, lemony cake. Something wasn't right. I looked at my friend to see what she thought, and she had the same expression I did. The cake was definitely creamy and lemony, but it also definitely was not sweet. Does this taste funny to you? I asked her nervously. I added that detail in there nervously, so that you would know that I was a little unsure when I was asking her. Yeah, she said, it's kind of sour, not sweet at all, she replied. I hopped up and looked at my recipe. Oh no, I whispered. I forgot the sugar and that caused the cake to taste bad. Right here. I'm saying that caused the cake to taste bad. There's my transition. Well, my friend said, the whipped cream is good, so let's just eat that. So we scraped off all the whipped cream and ate it. Now that was delicious. Next time, I'm double checking that I have all the ingredients in the batter before I bake. Okay, so I went ahead, I included important events, transition words, and details into my story. So make sure you have those things in yours as well.